Hello and welcome to September 2021 monthly beauty favorites and fails. And boy, do I feel like I had more fails this month than I've had any other month this year. There may be one other month that comes close, but I'm not sure which month had more. I had a lot of favorites this month too. I have a couple of codes for you, a couple of great TV shows that really wowed me. I have a little bit of everything this month. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, and let's go ahead and get into what I loved and really did not love in September. For many of us, myself included, it's very difficult to find a great facial sunscreen that wears well under makeup. It doesn't make your skin react or cause you to be greasy or have a white cast. There's just a lot of things that you need from a face sunscreen. So I'm starting with the Elta MD Tinted UV Elements sunscreen. It's broad spectrum SPF 44. So I showed this in my recent Allure Best of Beauty video. I'll have that linked down below along with everything else in this video. When I did that video, I realized I never really sang the praises of this in any kind of a favorites video or, just any video to let you guys know how much I like it. And I use this a ton. And I wasn't really sure of the difference between this and their other tinted SPF 40 mineral sunscreen. Mineral is all I can wear for my sensitive skin. So this says that it's a moisturizing physical sunscreen with hyaluronic acid, transparent zinc oxide, and it's water resistant for up to 40 minutes. It's good for all skin types and it's oil free. From what I understand, this one is better for oily to combination skin, while the other version, which I will also link down below, is better for drier skin types. This one works really well for me. It also never kicks up or accentuates any surface dehydration that I have. So if you've been contemplating which Elta MD physical sunscreen to get, I don't think you can go wrong with either one, but I really do enjoy this one by itself or under makeup. This product is one I'm kind of kicking myself for waiting so long to buy it. I sat on it thinking I didn't really want it, didn't really need it. I'll explain more about that here in a second. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Look of Love in a palette in Pretty Blushed Beauty. The reason why I sat on this is because I have several of these. I've purchased them throughout the years. I've loved each one for different reasons. She launched this one and she launched a deeper version. And I just thought, it looks pretty, but do I really need to get another version that she's just going to discontinue in, a year or two? The more I looked at it, the more I thought it looks really wearable. And that's one of the things that I really love about these is that they are so great for super quick makeup looks because you legitimately have everything you need in here. These are different than her other palettes though. Instead of having two blush shades here, she replaced one with a highlighter, and instead of having a large highlighter, she replaced that with her Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. So from a travel standpoint, I really liked that, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna try it. So I got it, I tried it, I loved it. I've been using it multiple times a week. It gives me the easiest, quickest makeup look. And it's versatile. As with her other palettes, you can use the face shades on the eyes. You can also use the eye shades on the face if you so choose. I love using this blush shade in my crease, in my transition area. I use this as a one and done all the time. If I want it to look extra special, I'll top it with this little peach shade. The bronzer also goes in my crease, my transition of my eye. The powder is just great to have on hand. I wish I had purchased this earlier. This is, as of this point, one of my most used palettes. I have two cream cheat products here that I am loving for completely different reasons. One is fairly new from Beautyblender. This is the Beautyblender Bounce Liquid Whip Cream Blush in the shade Flirty Rose. And this has been around for a while. It's a little travel size of the Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek in the shade Work. And why don't I take off that lid so you can actually see what that looks like? On the top is Milk Makeup Work. On the bottom is Beautyblender Flirty Rose. Now the reason why I'm showing you both of these together is because I like them for different reasons. The Beautyblender, it dries to this really pretty velvety powdery finish, but it gives you time to work with it, while the Milk Makeup is more of a dewy finish, but it doesn't stay sticky or tacky. I find I can apply either one of them directly over foundation before I set my makeup with powder, or I can apply them over powder and they don't remove the makeup underneath. Now I don't apply the Milk Makeup directly with the stick. I apply it either with a brush or a beauty blender. I find it works best for me that way, especially if I'm applying it over powder. This comes in a bigger size. This is the travel size. I think depending on the formula you like your product, the finish, you could like either one of these. This new product, Instant Love, if you've been wondering if these are good, I think you'll love them if you like that cream to powder finish that's really easy to work with. The Milk Makeup was another product I've been wondering what took me so long to try. Really nice stick blush formula. I still have tons of beauty products to show you, both favorites and fails, but I want to let you know really quickly that my Miranda Frye code that is normally 10% off gives you 15% off through Tuesday morning. I'll have the link and the code down below. I do have all Miranda Frye jewelry on today. I just have some simple little bands on. One of my favorite rings that actually goes with this bracelet is Miranda Frye. I love that she has simple pieces, chains that you can change out to go with various pendants. She also has more statement pieces. These are jewelry pieces that I wear day in, day out in my everyday life, and I love being able to share extra savings with you. So I just wanted to interject really quickly with that for you. If you're interested, it will be linked down below. And I'll also have a link right below my code that will take you to some of my favorite pieces if you're interested in seeing those. I have a liquid lipstick on today. I know, very weird. I'll talk about that in a second, but I topped it with a gloss balm, actually. It's a hybrid formula from Bareminerals. I have been loving these. I love hybrid formulas that do more than just make your lips shiny. They actually nourish them. And these give you that cushiony feel. They're not sticky. They're kind of like that balm lip oil formula. They have fruit oils and other good nourishing ingredients in here, and they're supposed to make your lips feel softer and more nourished and hydrated and smoother instantly and over time as well. I grow to love Bareminerals products more and more and more. I think I might do a full face of Bareminerals here shortly. This shade right here is called Adventure. This is not a shade I would ever in a million years even think about trying. It just looks too brown for me, and I just would think the flecks would look weird. This is one of my favorite shades out of the whole bunch. I want to say there's like 15 shades to choose from. I have 4. I like them all for different reasons. I always try to show you that don't normally like glosses, formulas that I think you would enjoy, and these are those types of glosses. I feel like everyone in my age demographic anyway is going to be talking about Angie Hot and Flashy's brush collaboration with BK Beauty. I've been using these, trying these out. I'm actually going to have an overlay here in a minute when I talk about this eyeshadow palette and blush where you can see me use these brushes. You know, I have a lot of BK Beauty brushes. I think they're great. These are no exception. I have small lids and the eyeshadow brushes work really well. One thing that I did not get on video is the concealer brush. I'll link you to Angie's tutorial so you can see her use it, but I have used it, and as someone who normally doesn't use concealer brushes, I really do like this. So if you are looking for some really user-friendly brushes, I don't think you could go wrong with this set, and you'll see me use it now as I talk about this palette that I have on my eyes. I was hoping I didn't look like Mimi from the Drew Carey show, but I wanted to show you the color that you can get and the pigment that you can get from Sigma's new Cinderella palette. I have done a purple look with this. I have messed around with the gold. The pigmentation, the sheen that you get just from one swipe with Sigma shadows is just amazing. You don't get this with some of the more mainstream palettes. So with this collection, they also came out with this really, really beautiful makeup bag, this cheek duo here that you'll see me apply in a minute as well, a brush set, which oddly enough does not really duplicate any of the brushes from Angie's set. But what's really cool is this Cinderella silhouette on the brushes. So for my eyes today, I went in my crease transition area with this shade Pumpkin using the A503 brush from Angie's set. And you can see how easily that shadow dispersed. Part of the work is the brush, part of the work is just that great shadow. Then I went into the shade Courtyard on the outer third with the A502 brush and just blended it out until I was satisfied. I wanted to give a little lift, but you know, I didn't want to go too crazy. And then to deepen up that outer third, I got a little bit more precise with the navy shade Hopeful with the A504 brush. And on one eye, I used my finger to swipe on the shade Sweet Nightingale. And just to show you how well the A505 brush does the same thing, I used it on the other eye. I did a little bit more blending in the crease with this same shade shade I used earlier. I lined with the black, put on mascara, and that was it for the look. It really wasn't difficult. I mean, you could even go more neutral with this if you wanted, but it's just gorgeous. And this is the highlighter and blush that I have on today. I think they're really nice and universal, as is the palette. I feel like this can run from fair all the way to deep skin tones. So this liquid lipstick is the one that I had on that I topped over with gloss. I am just not a huge liquid lipstick person, but if you are, I think that this is a formula you'll like. It's not super drying the way a lot of liquid lipsticks are. The reason why I'm putting the gloss on camera today is because I feel like it looks kind of icy, a little bit cool, especially next to the liquid lipstick. But when you put it on, it just kind of lightens things and you can't really see the obvious flecks. Sigma glosses are a really nice formula. They're not overly sticky. They feel good on the lips. So this is a really nice duo. This collection is stunning. It's sold out once. It will no doubt sell out again. So if you're wanting it, if you're thinking about maybe gifting it for someone, which I think is a great idea, by the way, I would go ahead and scoop it up. I do have a 10% code down below. I've discovered a new fantastic corrector, and you know how picky I am with correctors and concealers, under eye products in general. So this is from Replenix. This is the Discoloration Tinted Brightening Eye Cream is what they're calling it. Now in another video, I can't remember which one, I'll link it below. I've talked about how I discovered their moisturizer recently and how much I've been loving it for daytime for underneath makeup. It's got just all kinds of great ingredients in it. I've been loving it. So I discovered this recently too. It's got peptides, Edelweiss, or is it Edelweiss? How do we really say that? It's also got hyaluronic acid in it. So it's supposed to visibly brighten and depuff and refresh the under eye area. I feel like it does that. You can see how much it brightens. It stays creamy but not tacky. It doesn't make my concealer crease. I feel like it corrects an adequate amount. Now my one complaint is that there are not multiple shades. This one shade of peach is not going to work for everyone. Hopefully they will remedy that. And I know some people are going to say, oh, but the cost. Okay, this is medical grade. It gives you anti-aging benefits from that medical grade skincare. I do not mind paying extra costs for that because I'm getting more than I get from a regular corrector. Not that I won't continue to use regular correctors, I will, but I love having this as an option to reach for so that I can get those extra benefits all during the day. I'm going to balance that medical grade with some drugstore really quickly. I have a blog post and I talked about this on Instagram. This is the relatively new L'Oreal Midnight Serum. I'm going to link you to my blog post so you can see the details on this, all the ingredients, the specifics. But basically, this is a really nice drugstore affordable serum that I tested out for several weeks to see, you know, if it worked well for me, my skin, which is very sensitive, if it was sticky or tacky or heavy. It sinks in nicely. It wears well under makeup. You can use it morning or night. It's supposed to work at night to renew millions of cells while you're sleeping, when your skin is more apt to regenerate those cells anyway. I just love finding good, effective skincare at the drugstore, and I know a lot of you really appreciate finding things like that, especially serum type products. So I wanted to point that out, that this is available. I'll have the link down below. I'll also have the link to my blog post. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Translucent Softening Loose Setting Powder. I think I talked about this in another video. Maybe it was trying new makeup or something like that, but I don't think it made it into a favorites video, and it needs to be in one. I am actually pretty shocked at how much I like this powder. I don't know why. I feel like I have pretty decent luck with Urban Decay overall. The one thing that bothers me is this little sifter. I feel like it wants to kind of pop out of the container almost every time I take off the lid, so I have to be careful of that. This is a beautiful setting powder for under the eyes and on the face. It somehow controls my shine while not accentuating anything bad under my eyes. I feel like it does exactly what the name says. It softens and it sets. It's kind of under the radar. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. I think a lot of people in our demographic see Urban Decay as being a younger brand, but they have some really good products. I've talked about their all-nighter, the pressed powder that's waterproof. It's fantastic too. They just relaunched their Vice lipsticks. I think I talked about those last month. Those are a great formula. Lip liners, eyeliners. I have a lot of favorites from Urban Decay. Maybe I'll add those to my full face of makeup. If you guys like that video content, concept. I just did a full face of Essence makeup. If you haven't seen that, I'll have that linked down below. But if you're looking for a nice setting powder that kind of does it all, I think this would be great for dry skin or oily skin, and even as a finishing powder. Really nice. When I placed my recent Necessaire order to replenish some products I had run out of, I decided to order their body oil because I hadn't tried that yet. And just like my other Necessaire products, this is equally as fantastic. I don't think I've ever tried a body oil that sinks in the way this one does. I feel like they all kind of leave a little bit of a film on the skin. Somehow this one sinks in almost completely. It doesn't leave any kind of a sticky film. I got the fragrance-free version, so there is no scent whatsoever, and it nourishes, it locks in moisture. This is a beautiful product. Every product I've tried from them has been successful for me. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This body care line has transformed my body skin. I try other things in between, and I always end up going back because my skin will always end up going back to my dry-ish state eventually, and Necessaire always gets it back in check, just moisturized and nourished and hydrated and silky perfection. I love their products. I think they're great, and I will continue to shout it from the rooftops. I wonder if they're ever going to start making face products. I feel like those would be fantastic too. This Desert Lights palette from Flower Beauty, there are no words to describe how good this formula is. If you like that foiled look, not, glittery, chunky shimmer, it's just so good. So I demonstrate this in another video. I will have swatches here on the screen for you. But if you want a palette that is going to give you shimmers that will just swipe on with a finger and look gorgeous with one swipe, this is it. And it's affordable. You cannot beat it. Another win from Flower Beauty. There are so many Flower Beauty products that I love that I was not surprised there was a favorite from them in September. I was, however, surprised that there is a massive fail for me from Flower Beauty in September. How many of you have tried this Stellar Prismatic Highlighter from Flower Beauty? This is one of their newer releases. Upon looking at it, I thought, well, maybe all of this glitter, glimmer, sheen, I'm hoping you can see in the monitor, I'm hoping that's just an overspray. Maybe it is, because I cannot imagine putting this on my face as a highlighter. That's a lot. And it's gold. So if you have fair skin, I just don't see how this is gonna work. That's what it looks like swiped on with a finger, which I don't think looks as bad as it does when it's on the face. So look at what it looks like when it's on the brush. You see how chunky that is? I just don't know if you can even see those chunks. Anyway, this is a very obvious highlighter. It showed up as glitter on my face. I don't like that. It's just very obvious, very chunky. There was fallout. I couldn't keep it contained where it needed to go. I wanted my highlighter just here, and I found it was, all down here. Not a good look. Let's stick with highlighters and talk about another brand that I don't normally have a lot of fails from. And I've seen people really like this product, and I'll tell you why it's a fail for me. So this is the relatively new Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, the Light Catcher powder. I do appreciate that there are 3 shades. I think that's necessary. I feel like this is more of a marketing miss than anything. Here's why. I was on the launch Zoom for this, where they demonstrated this product. They showed how to best use it. They heavily emphasized to use it in a targeted manner on specific high points of the face. However, because it's named what it is, and it's a part of the translucent loose powder family, it's actually called Translucent Loose Setting Powder. And on the website, I'm pretty sure they say that you can set your face with it. I feel like the average consumer is going to go into this large tub thinking they're going to dust this all over their face. And that opens up the normal everyday person, myself included, to a huge shimmery, shiny disco ball type disaster. However, if you use it as a highlighter, I think it's absolutely beautiful. But that requires the teeny tiniest amount. I cannot emphasize how small of an amount it takes, which to me means this should be in a container kind of the size of the under eye brightening powder, because that's how much you need. You need such a tiny amount. I cannot even repeat that enough. So it's not so much that this, is a total flop, a total fail, but I've sat here and I've thought about how to use it, and I've thought about the average person getting this product and thinking how much they're spending on this and how little they're going to use to get the result that they want. And I don't know, it kind of bothers me. So I just wanted to kind of give this public service announcement that, you know, this is going to last you your entire lifetime and maybe your kids and grandkids because of how it should be used. Moving on to another expensive fail. This is new from the people that make the Aquas hair turban, the hair towel, which I love. I have a couple of those. I swear by them. I use them after every shower. I feel like they've helped save my hair from water damage. That's a tangent. I won't get into that. So they launched this K18 leave-in molecular repair hair mask. I think it's supposed to compete with the, you know, fabulous Olaplex product, which I love. So I started using this for several weeks in the manner you're supposed to use it. You shampoo your hair, but you don't condition it. You towel dry it thoroughly, and then you apply a pump of this, more if you need it for, you know, the length of your hair or how thick it is, and you leave it in for 4 minutes so that it activates, and then you can continue to style your hair as you normally would. So you do that for every shampoo for, I want to say it's like 4 to 6 shampoos, and then you can use it, you know, every so often. So I did that, and I just didn't feel like I got anything more out of this than I get from Olaplex, and this costs a lot more and you get a lot less product. Now I know everyone's hair structure is different, and what works for me may not work for you. That goes for anything in this video. For me personally, this just was not it, and I am absolutely happy with my Olaplex number 3. Is it number 3? To keep my hair, you know, super optimally healthy. And then my other hair masks, my Bondi Boost, and, you know, other ones, I'll link them down below. But this, I was expecting miracles from it, especially for the price, and I just didn't get them. It could work miracles for someone else. It just did not work them for me. Moving on to another expensive fail. So I have a few mascaras that I've been meaning to try that are not old. They just all kind of came to me, or I bought them all at once and I needed to try them. I'm pretty sure I got this in PR. I needed to open it and try it. And as soon as I opened it, this scent of rose just came out. I just smelled it just now. Does anyone else have this? If you've tried this, let me know down below. But I wore it anyway, and it didn't really do much to my eyes, but I swear it's the scent of it. I have other mascaras that I will use versus this one. I cannot bring myself to use this because of the strong scent. Why are we scenting mascaras that are going near our eyes? Can someone answer me that? I'm really curious about this. Is there a benefit to what's in here that it needs it? I don't know. It's definitely a rose floral scent. It's not like it's gone bad or anything. Anyway, no. I'm going to lump both of these fails together. I have from Soap and Glory the Fill Seeker and the Pillow XXL Plump. I like lip plumpers, but I don't like lip plumpers that make my lips sting and burn, and these are that type of lip plumper. It was so uncomfortable with both of these. It almost felt like they had Novocaine on them. That's how strong these are. So I want to say this, if these are the lip plumpers that you've tried and you didn't like the way these felt and you assume that all lip plumpers are like this, they're not. There are really good lip plumpers out there that do not have this feeling to them. I was actually pretty shocked at how uncomfortable these were. I could not get them off my lips fast enough, especially once it really kicked in. And I didn't actually feel like they plumped my lips more than any other lip plumper that I have. Okay, so how many of you have seen Mare of Easttown? And if you haven't, you need to. As soon as I finished watching it, actually while I was in the midst of watching it, I said to myself, this might be the best show that I've watched this year. There was a moment that was so tense, I was jumping out of my seat. It was fantastic. I don't even know how to describe how fantastic it was. Both Kate Winslet and Evan Peters won Emmys. It was just amazing. So if you haven't seen it, highly recommend. It was just amazing, just the whole show. Also, the show Your Honor with Bryan Cranston on Showtime is really good. I mean, did we think it wasn't gonna be good? It's about a judge whose son gets involved in a hit and run. It's very, very tense from the first few moments of the first episode. It's set here in New Orleans, and it's been really, really fun seeing the scenery and how good they've done with all of that too. For me in particular, because, you know, I live here. I forgot that it was set here until I started watching it. Haven't finished watching it. I'm in the middle of it, but so far so good, and I have heard that the whole first season is good. So if you are looking for a couple of shows like most of us are, I do recommend both of those. I've really been enjoying them. And I want to give a big thank you to all the members of my Stephanie Marie Circle for going above and beyond to support my channel, and a special thank you to the premium members who go above and beyond to support the channel. It's so appreciated. You have no idea. And thank you to all of you for watching my videos. If you haven't seen my full face of Essence makeup, I'll have it listed here for you, as well as a video I did on underrated products, which was really fun to do. If you're not subscribed, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button and become part of the family. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!